Hello everyone, Shri here. This is from ShriLearning. After a long time, we are going to have one success story. So what is this long time? We do this success story very continuously, and recent days I had some travel, I couldn't make it happen. So we want to kickstart with a fresh, new, who cleared exam very recently. So I have Rupal Sharma in front of me. She cleared just 24 hours back. Still, she will be with that vibration and jet lag of the exam. Before she forgot everything about the exam, we thought of calling her here and listen to her. Of course, she will not tell about any of the questions because it's not with the PMI ethics, but she'll be talking about how the exam went on, why this is needed. There are many people preparing for the examination. Either you're halfway prepared or very close to the exam. There is always a doubt how the exam will be. However the easy the exam is, we have that exam fear within us. So if somebody says that, oh, that was easy, that was normal, you get a feel, okay, I'm in right place. Also, there is a talk last few weeks that a good amount of drag and drop questions coming. People, more than worrying about the content of the question, they're worried about drag and drop. I would say no need to worry about it, but still, let's listen to Rupal, how she faced it, how she handled it. Because in this kind of exam, time management is a crucial stuff where even though we have a good amount of 4 hours of time, at time you'll feel that man, all time is gone because we may be so involved in some questions taking more time. So let's listen to her on this area as well. Before that, first, Rupal, thanks for coming up here and thanks for sharing your success story. So if you are comfortable, you can give a little background about where you come from and what made you to think of PMP.
Thank you, Shri, first of all, to invite me over on this call. It's a pleasure to speak to you and, of course, all the teammates, I would say, who are pursuing or aspiring PMP. So I'll start with my brief introduction. Um, I'm a BSc instrumentation person and almost 20 years experience now with an 18 years of experience in banking and finance domain. So I worked across on various banks like Lloyd's Banking, Credit Suisse, and now finally I'm a Barclays employee for almost 4 years now. And I worked there as a project manager. So I started my career in 2002, being a testing team member and grew to a test lead. Then I did my Six Sigma Black Belt and I worked in London for quite some time with Lloyd's Banking as a consultant for process quality improvement, and that's how the leader journey started. Then I was the face of Lloyd's for PricewaterhouseCoopers for quite some time. And then I
Good.
ventured into program management from the testing space, which was only related to the testing portfolio. Um, and then I laid my hands on a PM role. Somebody told me it's very interesting. Why don't you try out? Because I love changing roles every 2 years, or 3 years is the maximum time I can be in one role. So that's how the journey started. And I think I learned a lot. Being in the bank, it is a very sensitive domain in terms of security, in terms of ethics, in terms of data. And the more I went into the role, particularly, I'm in love with the role now that I work with Captive and I do the end-to-end implementation. It's a very different creamy work, a different flavor, I would say. And then I'm usually into learning one uh, physical new activity a year and one mental thing, which generally drill down to a certification. So it was a while and I wanted to do something. So why not PMP? It's definitely one of the best in the market. And one of my friends said, you know what, I have found a nice trainer, a nice institute. They're very good. The review is excellent. Let's try it out. And I just trusted her.
Okay.
And that's how I landed in ShriLearning.
Okay. Hope the trust was kept and you're good.
Yes, definitely. I would like to continue the journey to do further certifications with you. And it's really an honor to meet a person like you who is so knowledgeable, so down to earth, and the hang that you have on the content and the examples that you use. My goodness, we can never go wrong in the concept.
Thanks for that positive words. Really appreciate it. However, it is more than a content. I feel the time somebody takes to read is very important. I believe you put good amount of effort. I'm sure you would have had a lot of sleepless nights in the sense of reading. Even though we say the exam intensity level has reduced over a period of time, but when it comes to our own exam, where we put our own money, I'm sure you will not get sleep for last 3, 4 days before the exam. You want to refresh all the content. You want to carry everything to the exam. But one thing we observed is not everything is needed in the exam. When you complete the exam, you'll get a feel. Not all. The book is not from not all. It's a mix of things, right? That's how it is. Before we go further, we have to see the certificate. Here it is, Rupal Sharma. So now this color certificate, are you aware this is the color you're going to get?
Well, to me, it was a news color. I have never had one.
Yeah, before this it was orange. When the classes started, maybe I would have showed some certificate with the orange color. And then later PMI moved from there to violet with the blue. I think this is a new color they've decided. So in the last 1 year, they've changed at least 2 times. Now we have a new color. Good. Now you have this beautiful certificate with your name. It shows that you have done a good job. So congratulations again. Now let's get back to you. First thing I want to understand is, I know you are a busy person at a corporate, have take care of a family. Corporate is not that easy job. What I understand from you, you have a role of connecting to multiple teams. Now, the big question everyone have is how to find a time to read. So two things, if we can share the success story, what was your reading pattern and how you solve the exam? So if you can give some idea on this, it'll be great helpful. Guess you went into mute. Oh,
Actually, I would come to the time management part
sure,
slightly later, but I
sure.
would like to share the pattern which I followed. So it starts with a little philosophical. The first key point I always do in my life is, if you have a mentor, first of all, select the best. If you have one, trust 100%. Trust the methods that are taught to you, that the person would have experimented, nailed down in the best interest of you when you're going to them. So I followed your guidance very thoroughly. In ShriLearning, there's something called a comms board. That's my favorite, comms board. It gives homework every week, and that's 3 to 4 pages. It's not just the homework. What I felt is being out of touch in studies and then coming back to in studying for hours in itself is a big deal. Sitting in your class for 4 hours was a big deal. So I know there were nights when I used to, just I just want to doze off at 9 o'clock because I'm an early sleeper, and it was tough. So what I did is diligently I followed the homework. I used to write homework diligently every day, first thing in the morning. First, it was just writing. With writing, it goes good in the brain. And then it became a habit, and then it became a passion. Till the last class was over, I was writing homework diligently every day that cleared lots of concepts. And the basic things where you should not make mistakes, they were nailed well in the brain till the last session. So that is one. Second, the best part is that you ask people to give mocks right from your first week when you have not even covered the content, even 20, 20, 30%, or maximum 30%. So obviously the score started 50. It does two magic. A very low score, below 70, if you're not used to seeing, it triggers something in your mind that the certificates don't come because it's you. The certificates and the achievement comes because you work on it. You work for it. So with the low score, the first trigger was, okay, I need improvement. With this score, I can't give exam. So you become a little more sincere. And every word that I came across, which I did not know, I would not leave that word until and unless I can explain that word in sleep to my friend. So don't leave a content till you are clear. Read book, Google, videos, do anything, but clear that word, that line, that paragraph, whatever you have which you don't know. So that helped me. I have 3 notebooks full now. My kids' notebooks spare from last year. They're full completely. Lots of mind maps on it. So that's my second point. Don't leave a thing in doubt. If you start
Mhm.
leaving the content, you will never complete. So that's the second point.
One thing,
The one of
I was hearing that people are asking your notes. Can you share that notes?
my
So I think it's for sale. Are you going to launch in Amazon?
No, I need that for my reference, but yes, there is a sale now. People want to buy my notes.
I can see that people are chasing you for notes and details. Okay, that's good because taking notes need a lot of patience. But do you think just notes taking will help, or you have to refer it back again frequently to get a hold of it?
Every note I would have referred almost 25, 40 times.
Wow, wow, wow. Because some people think that let me write it down, that's enough. Yes, it is good, but you have to go back and read that why we written those points. That's very important. All right. Well said. Well said. So, yeah, please, if you can give some highlight, yes, you're going to say that about how you manage the time. When you say writing habits and you said you put a notes, then yeah, please go ahead.
So time management is a tricky bit. I used to get up very early. So I'm a runner. First of all, I had to reduce the frequency of my runs,
Hmm.
but I compensated it by walking and reading on mobile so that I'm not steady full days being in a sitting job of IT. So um, early morning, start early around 5 o'clock. We call it Brahma Muhurat in Hindi,
Hmm.
right? So you start in that and you read till around 6:37, and then the normal day starts. So I cook, I don't have maids at home, and I'm working. So then my routine starts. In office, we always usually take a break. So this time my breaks were chai breaks without chai, without tea, without coffee. They were the breaks. So my break companion was my notes or ShriLearning videos,
Hmm.
which I'm walking and listening, or reading some material which I did not understand, Googling them,
Hmm.
and watching short videos. So I think that, and diligently after the office, I used to sit and read.
Hmm.
Now, the reading pattern was always very regular from the day class started, but not to an extent required. I always heard 2 hours, 4 hours, and I was very worried whether I can give that time or not. And PMP is very vast, it just never ends.
Hmm.
So I started with 1 hour, 2 hours, and then finally it built up. Uh, in the last few days, I took off also, almost 3 days off. I didn't want any distraction. But the reading went at the peak almost a month back, where I was skiing minimum 4 hours per day.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I have written a lot of mock exams. Almost did 12 PMP mocks of 40 question, 11 ACP mocks of 40 question. Then I did 5 full mocks of 180 questions, and I did TIA simulator, so it helped me a lot. It is a mindset that the
Yeah.
TIA simulator teaches. There is a
Yeah.
book by Andrew Ram,
Andrew
I think
Ramtyal.
Andrew
Yeah, I think
Ramsey.
that's good
So
as well.
Ramdel. So that is very amazing. I think I was little squeezed in time at the last moment, and that
Hmm.
mindset just tuck. I answered almost 25 questions in so much hurry, but I'm sure out of that 18 were right,
I
just because
understand.
I got the mindset well.
Clear mindset.
So
Okay. Hmm.
mocks helped a lot. It's a magic. If you don't have
Right.
time, take a 10 question. If you have time, take 40. If you have further time, take 120, 180. So
Right. Makes sense.
never exhausts.
Since you spoke about mock exam, I would ask one question. I found you are very consistent on 75 range. So, is it something? Did you found something? How you are able to stay very consistent? Because I have people the range of 58, 65. They couldn't go above than that. I know you had a worry. Why I'm not going above than this? Okay, that is one other side. But what I found is staying consistent in 75. It's a good deal actually. So what was there people that can take as input from you when they do this practice exams?
Okay, so I will answer it in two parts. The first part is you have to read. Don't leave a topic. Don't
Mm,
leave a question without analyzing. Even right questions you have to read and try to re-answer when you are
mm,
analyzing your paper. Sometimes you will find that you go wrong even on the right question. It's also a behavior at that point in time. How are you with the time management and the pressure of reading that
mm,
question and answering it? So don't leave a question unanalyzed. If there is a single word which you don't know, after reading the answer also, if you think that you need more reading, I don't leave that question. At times I have spent 30 minutes on one question because
mm.
it talked about precedence diagram, affinity diagram, um, network diagram. So I was like, okay, man, the answer is right, but then I don't know even the wrong ones. So they
Mm.
would be used somewhere. where are they used? And then I used to Google. So I think the score may have fallen sometime in one area, sometime the other area, but net to net, the knowledge kept on consistently increasing. I did break my plateau of 70 marks just 3 days before my exam.
Hmm.
In the TIA third simulated exam, second simulated exam, I was at 80.81 something.
Hmm.
And the third one was 84, and the fourth one was 86. And I'm sure if I would have done the last one, it would hit 90. So I
Okay.
did break the plateau, but that mindset was required. I was missing that mindset. And that's why I was
Hmm.
stuck at 70.
Okay. Got it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, great. So now, did this exam's reading habit is good. Last few days of exam, you are reading your notes and getting ready for the main exam. How the main exam fever is there? So now, the day before main exam or before the day, what content somebody can refresh when they want to go to exam?
Honestly, a day before, um, I didn't read much. On the
Mm,
same day, also, I didn't read much. I
mm.
just told myself, boss, you had 4 months. If you have brain and if you have put in sufficient efforts, you are done. You should be able to give the exam, not
Okay.
tomorrow. But yes,
Okay.
last moment reference was my own notes.
Mm,
And there were two chapters from the Agile guide I particularly kept for reading because I've heard from a lot of seniors that Agile guide question comes printed from the text.
mm,
So I made sure that I read Agile guide from the behind in the last 4 days, not from the beginning, because you're
mm,
very good in the beginning chapter. You like to read till the end. So
mm,
glossary, all the Agile practices, as in what is Scrum, what is XP, what is
mm.
iterative, incremental, everything from the back,
Right.
right? Appendix was the main reference point.
Mm,
So that's one thing I would say you should read Agile Guide, very handy and very easy language. It doesn't put heaviness in your head. And last 4 days, I picked up Rita. I never used to score beyond 62,
mm,
65, 68 in the
mm,
chapter. So I just wanted to do the last check if I have improved even a bit after so much of reading. So I
mm,
went to Rita and I
mm.
did cost, stakeholder, schedule from Rita, and I scored around 88 in the
Wow,
chapter test at the back.
that's
So
good.
then I got assured, okay, now I'm ready. At least I will pass at target.
I understand. I know that's
But
affirmation is
the
needed.
formulas is one thing. Formulas is one thing. One should refer before the exam if possible. Just click a picture and just refer as and when you
Right.
can.
Right. Well said. Perfect. Good. So the day comes in now, the exam day. So I believe it's a center-based exam. And do they have regular checkups of ID cards and is the process followed?
Yes, very well. Pearson View is amazing experience.
Mm,
Uh, that guy explained me everything. You have a timer like this. It will be a
mm,
countdown. I would not allow watch. And you
mm,
have to manage your time. I would say you should complete your 60 questions in 75 minutes. Otherwise, you will not get time at the end.
mm,
And
mm.
one interesting story he told me that there was a guy who completed his paper in 120 minutes in
Wow.
last week.
Mm,
PMI said he's passed. Then when he reached home, PMI Institute called him on his cell and told, boss, you have done in 120 minutes. There's something wrong. We are retracting your result and you will have to give the exam again. Because they doubted that no one can read that fast and answer the question, that guy is called to reappear. Then I don't know what happened. It was a last week story. So this fellow, why he told me, he made me worried. I was already very nervous. I have exam phobia, very bad exam phobia. And I would thank Shri and particularly Shri because I used to just, message him. I'm very nervous. I don't think I'm ready. Should I give for the exam? I remember he said, pay money. I paid money. And then book exam. No, I will not book. So I think I did not trust myself, but he trusted me fully that you are ready. Please give your exam. Everybody used to ask him, should I give exam? So I also used to ask him, should I give exam? He said, just one liner. You are ready, give exam. And that faith helped me. Your voice helped me at times. When you're busy, you just send 20 seconds message, 30 seconds message. That does wonders, that does wonders at the time of need because nobody else but you would understand that. I go to my husband, he would say, you're good, you're brilliant, man, you will always pass. He always says that right from my teenage life. So I said, okay, this is BAU.
All right. Look like
sessions.
Yeah.
So, how heartful gratitude, Shri. I don't have
Oh,
words for
right.
you.
Thank you. Thanks for that. But again, you deserve this hard work. We had a little pause in the video. That's fine now. We got the message. Quick information I want to understand from you is in the exam, how the question was for you. Was it much into agile or much into a hybrid model? What was there? Even though PMI says we are giving a balanced paper, did you feel that balance was there?
Okay, it's a tricky one, but two, three things about the paper in particular.
Hmm.
One, you in the beginning of the call, you said about drag and drop. People are worried. So I would say drag and drop is there and definitely there. The number was around 6 to 8 questions, and one of the questions was having 10 sub lines in one question. Time
Oof.
consuming, but they are very simple. If
Hmm.
you're conceptually strong, they're very simple. What they would say, product owner
Hmm.
prioritizing the backlog, just drag and drop the product owner to that backlog
Hmm.
drop
Hmm.
down. Right, so they are time consuming, but they're not tough. They are the same, just your textbook words. Don't worry about the drag and drop, they're good. Second, on the hybrid, yes, there was a good content of agile and hybrid. I didn't feel agile was on a higher side, but more or less the questions were what you have given in your mock. The
Hmm.
full mock questions, I could sense 4 or 5 were like almost what I had seen.
Oh.
Slight difference would be there.
Oh.
And from the TIA simulator, also there were ditto questions, and somebody posted PMI Hall questions just 2 3 days back. The
Hmm.
ditto questions was there from PMI Hall as well. I mean,
Okay.
it may be a luck factor, but
Okay.
the question level, if not easy, it wasn't hard as well.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
they were time consuming. I couldn't
Time
manage my
consuming.
time very well towards the end. The last 60, I had to really rush.
Rush. Yeah, it happens. It happens to some of them. All right. So that's a message. Messages is a mix of questions and drag and drop was there. Some of the drag and drops are eating our time in the exam hall. Okay. That's a good understanding. All right. Any mathematics questions? Any formula based were there?
Only 2 questions. One of them was on CPI, SPI, I think, and
Okay.
second also on the similar line where they just said there are some numbers. Now you
Okay.
judge is the project on schedule, not schedule. That kind of
Mm,
very easy, very simple, no
mm,
procurement or nothing like very huge
mm,
calculation, nothing. It was a good paper if you manage your time well, and if you're not
mm,
nervous the way I get nervous in the exam. You control your
mm.
nerves in the first 20 questions. You can
Right.
fly in the exam.
Right. I think this exam is more about mindset, how much you are prepared on mentally, you clear this exam. That's how it is. All right, pretty good. So what is understanding is read the books carefully, take notes, do assignments, be consistent on our reading habits, and main exam, don't be scared, be relaxed and focus. And can I assume that you took break in between the exam after 60 questions? Did you?
Yes, I took a break in between. Both the
Very good.
breaks I utilized. I had coffee prepared and in a thermos I had taken coffee. I'm a coffee lover. First break I took coffee. I
Okay.
tried to pacify myself. I don't know. I never got pacified in the exam. I always doubted, but
Okay.
it did
Okay.
help a little bit.
So
But
the
resource
instruct.
stakeholder
Mm,
conflict management was
mm,
really core of it.
mm,
Lots of questions on conflict, lots of questions on stakeholder. I feel over 30% paper was having that stakeholder word in it.
mm.
It is that
Okay.
important.
Yeah.
Every scenario they were merging with people. Every scenario they were.
Right. Right. So we have 42% of the exam question should go on people. Even you found in the class, we talk more about people because that's an area, even though when you read, you feel so comfortable. When it comes as a question, it's tricky. You will be having tough time. All right. That's good. Nice. Great amount of information from you. And any specific tips you want to give for the people who are preparing,
Yes.
apart from
One
what you said
very,
already?
very,
Mm,
very strong tip is don't take this like your 10th and 12th and the graduation exams.
mm,
You read the content and you pass and you fly. No. This is a
mm,
tricky exam. You can read Rita once and leave it there. You can read Agile Guide once and leave it there. But you have to practice mocks. If you do not do your mocks repeatedly, frequently, to the ease that you are cracking 180 questions with some gap, because in my home mock, when I'm relaxed, I used to take 20, almost 15 minutes less than the time given. And in the exam hall, I rushed through it. So mocks are one thing that will teach you what is the kind of the answer and the mindset the technique you apply on the question. So knowing the content is one thing, answering the paper is a different ballgame
Right.
altogether. That's what I've
Right.
learned from this exam.
Right. That's a good message actually, because there are many people who read well, but they don't practice questions. Even we have a weekly test. I found very few people join. Some don't even do that. They may be in assumption I'm understanding the subject. Yes, it's good. At the same time, taking questions are very important. That's a good message. Nice. Good to know. And all the viewers who are watching this video, give your likes and wishes to Rupal, because she put a lot of effort. I think many here, specifically mom, who have a kids and you have to work and then take care of family. In between how to read, maybe you can reach out to Rupal especially. She can guide you, because at present with the job nature, that too when you're in a managerial role already, your calendar is always full. So then you have to find that 2 hours of reading, not that easy. So good wishes, Rupal, and keep rocking more. We can see that you're in a good leadership role. You have a long way to go to achieve more bigger in your life. We keep saying that be top 2%. The top 2% is always being a special with more knowledge and value.
So hopefully, hopeful, Shri. I always use two words, hopefully, hopeful for everything in life, but I take life as it comes. Enjoy every moment.
Right.
Learn,
Great.
learn, learn. Thank you so much for all your efforts, and the Shri Learning crew as well. Arzu, Rahul, thank you so much for all your efforts.
Amazing. Great. So thanks once again for coming up here, and good wishes for a great success. See you soon at a different certificate.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.